But this week there was the announcement of efforts to shore up the Electoral Count Act, which would go some way to regulate or tighten up regulations on how elections essentially are administered and votes are regulated. So take us through exactly the significance of that and what it is.
Well, so the Electoral Count Act governs how the votes of the Electoral College are counted in Congress at the conclusion of a presidential election. And it's a very old and antiquated law, and frankly is written in a way that is not terribly clear. And we saw in 2021, really in January of 2021, and at the end of 2020, some attempts to sort of use the fact that that is a vague law to claim that there was some route for overturning the results of the democratic election, which of course is not true. Those efforts were stopped in Congress despite a violent attempt at an insurrection happening outside. But it did sort of bring to the forefront of the political conversation the importance of clarifying that law. I think it's an important thing. It's important that the Electoral Count Act be clear. It's important that we shore up our democracy against the kinds of attacks that we saw in 2020 and 2021. But it just focuses on a very narrow piece of the way our democracy works, and really not the piece where we are seeing all of the attacks on voting rights right now. And so, fixing the Electoral Count Act may be important, but it is absolutely not a substitute for the kind of reforms that unfortunately failed to get through the Senate a couple weeks ago.